Yo, what is good, YouTube? We are finally back on the channel. Been pretty slack now for the past month. There was a couple of things going on there with my brother quitting his job. He moved house, so I kind of had to take over more roles than I'm used to, and it kind of got me caught up a little bit. But we're back now, 2 to 3 uploads every single week. If you guys have any comments, suggestions, leave them in the comments down below. And as always, send me a message on Instagram, guys. Any questions you guys have, I'm not going to try and hard sell you on anything. Anyways, in today's video, I know I say this every time, but this genuinely may be the most valuable video I have ever posted on my YouTube channel. This is thousands and thousands of dollars, hundreds of product tests, all compiled into one Miro board. This is going to save you guys thousands of dollars on tests. It's going to teach you how to be more effective with your tests. And honestly, I think if you guys watch this all the way through, you're going to get a lot of value from it. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. So here is one of the stores that we ran. It was sitting at like $240 from a couple months ago. And now it's doing like $7,200 every single day. Quickly, I'm going to run you guys through the old method, or the method that I know you guys will be using. I know this because I was using this literally like less than 6 months ago. And I'm going to be breaking down the flaws with it. So you're going to be finding products off Calidate or Winning Hunter. You're going to be building a pretty basic website. Rip the top performing ads. You're going to be letting the ads run for about 1 to 3 days. You're going to be sitting and waiting, and you're not going to be launching more ads. Performance does well, you're going to scale. If it does bad, you're going to kill the product. You're not going to try and or attempt to save it. You're just going to kill it there. So the main issues that I have with this is the learning is very limited. And what I mean by this is that in order for you to improve, like with your product hit rate, like become more successful with your product tests and actually be able to find winners more consistently, you need to be building a system, like a replicable system that you can take from one product and implement it into another product. Because I see so many times, if you guys do this method here, there's nothing fucking wrong with it. Like, you can make multi six figures with it. But the biggest issue I see, and what is so common in dropshipping, people will make dropshipping work. They'll do this, they'll scale up to 100K, 200K months or whatever. But it was just luck. They fluked it, you know, they were just right product, right time, and they're unable to replicate it. So yeah, that's the main issue that I have. Another issue is you're not actually testing the product. You're relying so heavily on the creatives because you're not actually going out and making your own iterations or making your own videos using the ripped content. It just means that you're not testing the product to its full potential. And this is when I followed up with this missing winning products, is because I tested, you can go back on my channel, back to November, back in Q4, I was testing one product a day. I did this for like fucking a while, and I tested so many products. None of them hit. And it was because I wasn't giving Facebook enough time to optimize. Funnily enough, a few months later, a lot of those products that I actually tested blew up. And people who are willing to take the next step, which was what I'm going to show you in this video, I built a full mock kind of scaling system around a product that you guys are probably familiar with. And it's going to be exactly how I would structure it. So here is exactly how you guys can maximize every single one of your tests, because that is what I ultimately want to get, is I want you to be as efficient as possible. And also at the end of a product test, you can 100% write it off and be like, okay, I gave this absolutely everything. So just quickly as well, covering the ad account setup, very, very simple. One CBO, top 4 countries. If one of the countries starts to perform better, just say UK, US, whatever, you can then separate that into an individual CBO campaign, exclude it from the original one, and then scale it up like that. Ideally, you want to get to the point where you have one CBO per country, but that's just the setup I like to run initially. You can have 4 ad sets at 4 different desires or emotional triggers. Now, it doesn't have to be 4. This is just a number I like to aim for. It can be less, it can be more. Just 1 ad set per desire is kind of the rule of thumb that I follow there. $50 to $100 USD daily spend. Ideally, it would be 100 USD daily spend, but I know a couple of you guys are working with a limited budget. And that's why as well, I've included a limited budget scaling method for people who don't want to go out there and don't want to put a lot of money in it, because I know that it is a problem for some of you guys. So I've included that as well. Now, breaking down this. So this product here, you guys are probably very familiar with it. It's the nasal dilator product. Put it on the nose, open up the airways, and it has tons of different benefits. Now, the point I want to get over here, like the point I want to get across to you guys with desires is, if you're able to, or each desire is essentially a unique product test. Because what I mean by this is people who just want better sleep, it's going to be a completely different group of people to those who want to improve their productivity or get deeper focus. So the reason why I like to rip ads initially and just do one-to-one rips is because I want to see where the market's at desire-wise, because there's no point in me going and putting all of my effort into Deviated Septum, making the most perfect AI ads, constructing really good static ads, putting hours and hours, because it takes a lot of time to make well-constructed AI voiceover ads. I do all of this for a desire that didn't even work. So that's why I like to rip all of the ads initially, because there's no point in just spending excessive time on a product that you have no proof over. So 24 hours after, this is when you guys will start to see, or Facebook will start to take spend for specific creatives. I usually see one creative will have the top spend, and then a second creative will get maybe a little bit more spend, and then, the third might be like a little bit less, and then it's kind of all grouped together, or the rest are all grouped together at a relatively low spend. So there's two examples here. When the winning creative takes spend, scenario one, it takes spend and actually gets sales, but what more commonly happens, it takes spends and it doesn't perform. So let's just say here, better sleep without snoring. This is a bit of like a irrelevant example. I probably should have chosen something better here, but just say this video here, it was an athlete who was using the nose strip and said that it helped him sleep, which improved his overall performance in the sport. What I'm going to do is, let's just say we launch this. I'm going to go with get sales first because this will tie in. So just say you're winning at get sales. And what I mean by get sales, I'm talking like 1 or 2 sales. I'm not talking insane, crazy, profitable ROAS. I'm talking about it's actually getting sales. This is the winning ad by spend. The thing I'm doing is I am really reflecting on the ad. I'm making a full Google Doc around it. This is the level of research that I'm doing into it. Getting an insight into why it's performing. Some examples of what I'm looking for is what desire is it targeting? Now, we know the desire. It's athletes who want to improve their performance. Pretty simple there. What's the hook? Is it the guy getting out of bed? Is it the guy with eye bags under his eyes, taking the thing off, or showing a before versus after? Breaking all the visuals down like that, it's going to absolutely be crazy. And that ties into the next one. What are the visuals within it? What are the visuals in the video? Is it showing him doing really well in sport? Is it showing him recovering better? I don't know. Now, is it top of funnel or bottom of funnel? Another really important thing as well is the format of the video. Was it an AI voiceover ad? Was it just a straight rip UGC? Was it a before or after visual? Asking yourself all of these questions, because what we're going to do is we're going to take all of this data, all this information, and we're going to begin to make iterations around that specific desire. Like I said, I'll show you in a second exactly how we do that. Now, if it takes spend and it doesn't perform, this is when you have to put your emotions aside. I know a lot of you guys are like this. I know it because I was like it. Your day is purely depicted on how well your Shopify store is performing. If you get up, you're profitable ROAS, you're fucking jumping around for joy, you're super happy. The day the performance tanks, the day it starts to slow down or whatever, your head's in your hands, you're listening to some sad music or whatever. This is looking back on it now, you have to be purely logical about it. And it's so fucking hard to say. Once you guys do see this more often, you will get a better understanding. It's like exposure therapy. You have to have it just happen to you over and over and over, and then you will become numb to it. But the biggest thing is understanding that Facebook isn't going to spend for no reason. And there's a reason why it's taking spend. It's overall goal. Facebook is trying to make you money. Now it's our goal to go through and understand why it didn't perform. So just some quick examples here. 1-day view, 7-day click. Now, this is what all of your guys' ad accounts are going to be under. I'm very positive. If you guys haven't changed it, maybe you're running some weird setup, but this is the overall setup. And why this is so important is because Facebook is optimizing to reduce your overall cost per acquisition over 7 days. So if you're cutting the product after 24 hours, you are leaving a lot on the table. You're not giving Facebook the chance to fucking optimize properly. Because it's literally, you're running off a 7-day click and you're shutting it off up to 24 hours, which in most cases, it's never good. Okay, now moving on. Did the video have a week's call to action? Did it not have any call to action? Something to ask yourself. Was the hook bad? Was it maybe irrelevant towards the product? Was it attracting the wrong kind of audience? Was it not product focused? Bad objection handling. Now, what this means is, I tend to see this more with supplement products and more complicated products where you can't just show someone immediately and they get the idea of it. So you can imagine if you were running ashwagandha product or something very basic, you'd then have to go through and kind of address any objections like, yes, it's healthy, increasing your testosterone levels, no, it doesn't have any side effects, or you're gonna get what I mean. If you're not going through and addressing that objection the person has in their head when they see your ad, even if they do click on your website, there's always going to be that little bit of hesitation on why they're not going to buy it. Now, all of this ties down, all these can fall into place and you can still get inconsistent ROAS. And the biggest thing is understanding it is so fucking normal. Having a product test that doesn't take off immediately is completely normal. You don't have any idea on a winning video yet. You have no insights into which offer is resonating with the target audience. You have no market understanding. Your pixel isn't even optimized yet. And the most important thing is you are still at very, very low Facebook ad spend. So you're not getting that volume to have consistency. Once you start spending over $1,000 a day, I can guarantee you, as long as you've got the right systems in place, you're going to start being consistent with, or more consistent, should I say, with your ROAS. In the beginning stages, you'll bounce from fucking 10 conversion rate to 2 conversion rate. It's so normal. I see it all the time. And that's where it really wipes a lot of people out. And this is why I call this the make or break period, is because this is where your product test can become an absolute banger. It's where it can absolutely flop. It just depends on the level of work you're willing to put into it. So you can see here, I did make a limited budget variation around it. So if you get to day 3 and your metrics are like actually fucked, maybe your CTRs are below 1%, you have $100 plus CPM, CPCs are extremely expensive. If I was in your guys' shoes, you can just kill the product. It goes against what I've been saying previously, but 3 days, while your product can take off, we've seen it take off multiple times within the 5 to 6 day period. There is a lot of cases as well where we haven't seen it take off. Like there's going to be products that you miss because you're not putting in that extra level of work, but at the same time, it's also going to save you a lot of money. So that's just another idea that you guys can do, because I know a lot of you guys are working on a limited budget. So days 3 to 7. Now, this is what I was telling you about this ad right here. So the ad that was winning was the athlete putting the nose strip on their fucking nose or whatever. Iteration around that athlete. So we've done our research now and we understand what about the video is actually making the people buy, what's making them not buy. So we can then begin to make iterations around it. Now, the reason why I've included all of these different iterations is because this is another thing you have to take into account is what I brought up before. If AI voiceover ads, if you launched a shit ton of AI voiceover ads from your competitors and none of them performed, it wouldn't really make sense in the initial or early testing phases when you're just purely chasing after proof of concept to go out and launch another 10 AI voiceover ads. Sure, well, you can make it work. I just wouldn't recommend it. So if UGC, like raw UGC content, is performing a lot better, go through, chop up some clips, compile them all up. If that's what's resonating with the target audience, you just have to do it. You can also make AI statics, before and after visuals. There's a lot of different, a lot of different methods you can take here. And each ad, I'm using 3 hook variations. Now, when I mean hook variations, I'm talking visual and I'm talking text. So text on the screen, like, this item as a mom changed my life, or, you know, being a busy mom, this saved me. Just coming up with very random visuals there for text. And visuals are, you know, you might get a fucking video of a mom, like, going like that, like shaking her head and her kids are screaming around her. Any of those visual hooks which can get the person to watch, keep watching, and at the same time is relevant to your product, regardless of the point. And for this, we're doing 2 headline variations, and we're also doing 2 primary text variations. So yeah, that's just on the ad. Now, when it comes to AI voiceover ads, a lot of you guys ask me what formats I run. These are the main 4. Pain point heavy, problem solution, story ad, first or third person. For like this athlete one or whatever we were doing, you could be like, I was always last in sport before I started using this, or my coach asked me if I was on steroids, or I don't know, I'm just making up examples. And then before or after, this works exponentially better with very visual products and products where the desired solution is very quick. So, you know, like the lip stainer product, you put it on, you peel it off, you see the result. It doesn't take long, 10 to 15 seconds, and that's all good. Now, we're going to repeat this for 7 days. I'm going to take a look at 7 days or 7-day metrics and get an understanding of where I'm at. Is the ROAS profitable? Is the CPC good? Is the CTR good? I'm just really getting like an understanding of what the hell is going on and if I do want to continue this product test. Because now, after doing all of this and launching consistent ads, like launching in ads every single day, kind of using this framework that I showed you guys here, ideally we want to launch like 5 ads a day, 10 ads a day in the initial stages. Once we start seeing proof of concept, we can chop down the volume and really double down on intent. But I like to have a lot of ammo in the initial stages. And a big thing a lot of you guys ask me is $100 enough to test several, or, you know, 50 creatives or whatever? 100%. Facebook is a trillion IQ algorithm. It's able to get a gauge on, creators within a few dollars spent. And, if the metrics all check out, just rinse and repeat this method right here. Go through, make iterations around the winning desire. You can go through, make different desires or test out different desires once you already start scaling. Because like I said before, if you're able to tap into a new desire, it's like a fucking blue ocean. You're essentially testing a new product in itself. And then for every day that is profitable, you scale by 20%. In the initial stages, I like to allow 2 days within like the first week because, like I said, the ROAS can be very up and down. So doubling your budget or going very hard like that, it can have a negative impact I've seen more than a positive impact. So yeah, if you guys watch this far, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. Message me. I got a Discord. Message me for the Discord link, boys. It's fucking free source. Not going to sell you guys anything on there. It's just like an ask me anything at any time. There's a lot more free source with like product research and stuff. So yeah, if you guys did find this video useful, I don't know, subscribe. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace.